Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much for that warm welcome. It's a privilege and an honor to be here again in Jerusalem, Israel's capital. And I look
Could you say that again?
Israel's capital.
Why not, Mr. Prime Minister? अगर आप कहें तो मैं मुर्गा बनकर बार-बार इस्राइल्स कैपिटल बोलना शुरू कर देता हूं, क्योंकि आपने मुझे इतनी अच्छी नौकरी दिलवाई.
In Jerusalem, Israel's capital. And I look
Could you say that again?
Israel's capital. And I look forward to visiting the American embassy in Jerusalem that President Trump ordered some time back. I think your analysis of the issues that we have to face is right on spot target. It's a question of the highest importance for the United States that Iran never get a deliverable nuclear weapons capability. It's why President Trump withdrew from the wretched Iran nuclear deal. It's why he is reimposing economic sanctions. It's why we've worked with our friends in Europe to convince them of the need to take stronger steps against the Iranian nuclear weapons and ballistic missile program.
We had a wonderful discussion last night, and today we'll have the opportunity to continue and expand on many fields with you and your delegation. I know, John, you have a lot on your plate, so let me say how much I appreciate the fact that you're dedicating 3 days of meetings and discussions.
जी, इसराइल के लिए अमेरिकन सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर इतना बेला है कि 3 दिन तक मीटिंग्स जारी रहीं, लेकिन जिनीवा में अपने रूसी हम मनसब को शेड्यूल से भी कम टाइम दिया और जिनीवा मीटिंग के बाद प्रेस ब्रीफिंग में मिस्टर सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर के पास सर खुजाने का भी टाइम नहीं था. सिर्फ 5 मिनट की मुख्तसर तरीन प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बीबीसी न्यूज़ की एक खातून सहाफ़ी ने सवाल ही ऐसा पूछ लिया कि जॉन बोल्टन को भागना पड़ा. सवाल था कि सर, क्या आप समझते हैं कि अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट अमेरिका के लिए सिक्योरिटी रिस्क हैं?
Whether you're ever concerned that your own president is a security risk?
Of course not. I mean, that's a silly question. I just spoke to him literally a few minutes ago, and we have performed here in exactly the way I think the two leaders would have expected us to, and honestly, have a little faith in the American people who elected him president. Thank you very much.
We waited hours and hours for Mr. Bolton to come and speak to us. It was very short, not so sweet at the end there, following that question from my colleague from the BBC. It's worth noting that after that, one of Mr. Bolton's staff came along, pulled her to one side and told her that, her question was ridiculous and that they wouldn't be working with their organisation in the future. That shocked quite a few of the Geneva diplomatic press corps here.
सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट माइक पोम्पियो की इमरान खान को मुबारकबाद के लिए की जाने वाली फोन कॉल के बाद तर्जमान स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट का प्रेस ब्रीफिंग के दौरान सहाफ़ियों के साथ नामुनासिब रवैया मुलाहजा करें. एक तो झूठ बोला गया, फिर उस पर इन मोहतरमा की साबित कदमी चेक करें.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Heather. Pakistan is asking for an immediate correction to the readout that you guys provided this morning on the telephone conversation between the new Prime Minister there, that it is factually incorrect that they discussed the terrorists operating in Pakistan. So, is there a correction or are they wrong?
Yes, so you saw our readout. In the readout, the Secretary notes that he spoke with the new Prime Minister and expressed his willingness to work with the new government toward a productive bilateral relationship. They had a good call. That may surprise some of you, but they had a good call. Pakistan is an important partner to the United States. We hope to forge a good, productive working relationship with the new civilian government. My understanding is that the beginning of the call, or the call itself, was a good call and a good discussion toward our working with the new government and the new administration.
So the U.S. government continues to stand by the readout, that there's no correction to the readout?
We stand by our readout.
Okay.
When you just mentioned the readout and read almost the whole thing, you didn't mention the fact that terrorism was discussed. So are you saying that terrorism was discussed in the call?
I'm saying we stand by our readout. I don't necessarily read an entire readout word for word for you here at the podium.
Do you know how it is that the Pakistanis could have gotten this so
Matt, I'm
wrong?
not going to speculate.
Well,
okay?
but I mean...
And I can't speak on their behalf. I can only say we stand by our readout. They're an important partner. The Secretary had a good call with the new Prime Minister, and we look forward to having
in other words,
a good relationship with them in the future.
Can you just say in clear English there will not be an apology forthcoming, there will not be a correction?
Matt, those are your words. We stand by our readout.
Terrorists operating in Pakistan का तस्करा ये हकीकत के बरक्स है. और मैं ये बड़े एतमाद से कह रहा हूँ
You know, it goes against our policy to have a NATO ally such as Turkey use an S-400 system. Part of the problem with that it is not interoperable with other NATO systems, and so we are against having some of our partners and allies around the world potentially purchase S-400s.
And it would trigger CATSA sanctions?
I'm not going to get into that, but we have made very clear what could trigger sanctions for other countries and entities around the world.
The Russian-made S-400 missile systems capable of hitting multiple high-speed aerial targets within a range of 400 kilometers. Now, the deal signed by Turkey and Russia last year is worth $2.5 billion, and the first systems will be delivered next year. Ankaра's been looking to bolster its air defences since the US withdrew its Patriot missiles from the Syrian border region back in 2015.
न्यू कंजर्वेटिव्स पर मुश्तमिल अमेरिकन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एक ही टाइम में पाकिस्तान, तुर्की और रशिया से क्यों इतनी खाइफ है? तुर्की को नेटो अलायंस में स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर होने की वजह से धमकी दी जाती है कि अगर तुर्की ने रशिया से S-400 डिफेंस मिसाइल सिस्टम खरीदा तो अमेरिका पता नहीं क्या कर देगा, क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक सैंक्शंस का मतलब भी तो इकोनॉमिक वॉर है, जिसका आगाज डोनाल्ड जे ट्रंप पहले ही कर चुके हैं। मैंने अपनी एक हफ्ता पहले की वीडियो में वजूहात बताई थी कि ट्रंप तुर्की के खिलाफ क्यों सैंक्शंस लगा रहा है, जिसमें एक वजह S-400 की रशिया से डील भी थी। पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ अमेरिकी गुस्सा की वजह यह है कि पाकिस्तान आर्मी ने दहशतगर्दी की कमर तोड़ दी है और आईएसआईएस को पाकिस्तान में कामयाब नहीं होने दिया गया। ऊपर से 2018 का इलेक्शन पाकिस्तान की तारीख में बेहतरीन इलेक्शन साबित हुआ और इमरान खान जैसे साफ, शफाफ और अमेरिका या इसराइल के सामने डट जाने वाले लीडर को वजारत उज़्मा का मनसब संभालने का मौका मिल गया। आखिर में रशिया से पुरानी दुश्मनी चल रही है, फिर चाइना और रशिया का साउथ एशिया में नए अलायंस को प्रमोट करने की वजह से भी न्यू वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर वाले तमाम ममालिक खाइफ हैं। उनका वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर डिसऑर्डर हो गया, क्योंकि इस अलायंस में रशिया, चाइना, पाकिस्तान, तुर्की, ईरान और कतर शामिल हैं। फॉर्मर कांग्रेसमैन रॉन पॉल ने अमेरिका की मुख्तलिफ ममालिक के खिलाफ लगाई जाने वाली पाबंदियों पर RT न्यूज़ को बयान देते हुए बताया कि सैंक्शंस का मतलब जंग की अर्ली रिहर्सल है, जो अमेरिका को बहुत भारी पड़ेगी।
I think the threats and intimidation and the sanctions, it's just a penalty on the people. They never hurt the government. They just give incentives to the government. So I think this whole notion that sanctions are a weapon, and now we as a country, America's threatening even more severe sanctions, and I think that's the wrong way to go. I think sanctions are an early rehearsal for war. Well, I thought it was terrible. All he did was threaten people and assume that we control the world and we control everything. One thing how much we have done, especially since World War II, how many elections we've been involved in, how many coups that we have participated in, including Ukraine, said that our goal, our stated position now, as stated by Bolton, and just by the way, Bolton doesn't speak for all the American people. He speaks for the neoconservatives. But the policy now is the goal is to seek that Iran cannot export 1 gallon of fuel.